Local celebrity Shane Torres.
Local celebrity Kyle Kinane in the roles of a lifetime. No accounting for taste. Supported by the vivacious and beautiful Charlene Connolly, everyone. Hollywood's golden era is here to stay. We're talking about local celebrities today, and I think this is going to be our best episode yet. Charlene, let them know where they can find it. I don't know. All right, we'll be right back, guys.
That's it, and we're done.
Hal, you're good with words. You know that, man?
I think the gym is dumb.
Did Rachel walk in the room? Of course I'm eating a Baconator.
Man, if you ain't doing CrossFit, you can get crossbuff.
You're right. A long burger's not the worst idea I've ever heard.
That's your sitcom right there as a Mr. Fix-It-All who just can't fix his heart.
We will not be defending Atlantic City.
No accounting for taste. If it's something that somebody loves, let's try and celebrate it instead of shitting on it. MeUndies' signature fabric is as soft as a warm hug from your favorite sweater, but down below, it's breathable, stretchy, and oh so comfy, making it ideal for all-day wear. That's usually how long I wear underpants, is all day. Get 20% off your first order, plus free shipping. Holy what? At MeUndies.com/NEFT. That's MeUndies.com/NAFT for 20% off, plus free shipping. MeUndies, the pirate panties. Comfort from the outside in.
Man, how are you guys? Good to see you.
Great.
We did one of these right before this game,
Don't
but
ruin
I'm
the
trying
magic. They don't know that we record back to
I think they have a pretty good idea about how much effort we put into this fucking thing.
Yeah, that's true. What?
No! You don't get to just use the soundboard on me. It's unfair.
Do it again.
Ugh, Kyle.
I mean, local celebrities do start when you're young with the kid who can fart on command in class. So that's
the kind of the first one.
Pretty much.
I will say this. You know what? I'm sorry. Didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's all right. I'm just saying local celebrity. Local celebs, baby. What you got?
I love that the local celeb can be any occupation, any kind of person, and it can be for the dumbest thing or nothing. I fucking love it. Remember in Portland, one of the local celebs, Shirley, was the Darth Vader on a unicycle guy?
The Unipiper.
The Unipiper.
Yes. Oh, that's right. He played the bagpipes too. I forgot.
Yeah.
The Unipiper.
On fire. The bagpipe's on fire.
God bless people that did stuff before the concept of being viral was a thing, and people just did shit to do it. To make your day, you specifically, to make your day a little bit better. It wasn't about the clicks or the likes. It was about somebody just going out to try and bring a little bit of cheer in the world.
Mm-hmm.
When I worked at Crema at the coffee shop, he would always ride by down to Ankeny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he man, after a while I was just like so mad about having that job and getting up at 6 a.m. to serve dickheads coffee that I would be like, I'd see him riding at like 11 in the morning and be like, this piece of shit needs to get a job. Like I was like that was one of my first Portland local celebrity. You know, like
yeah.
I like their outsized egos sometimes too.
Oh yeah.
When the ego is global, but the celebrity status is very regional.
I know in Portland, and I'm sure elsewhere, but that's what you call it, Portland famous, where it's like the person thinks that they're famous, but you're like, he's Portland famous.
I'm kind of know.
Yeah.
I remember like thinking car dealers were famous because they'd be on commercials.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
People that were on commercials or newscasters.
Local newscasters were kind of famous. Like at a point in like my youth. Yeah, like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It just, I remember, Dale Hansen, sports. If my dad ever saw that guy, he would have been like, had a few words for him. Like, because Dale Hansen kicked ass. But
my man was Tom Skilling, weatherman.
Tom,
the weather people always had it because they could be silly, but they could be serious. They didn't have to break you any like sad news. They'd be like, "Oh, it's a great day out there," and they'd get you excited for a great day. Oh, I love the meteorologists. Especially the dudes when they're like, I could be replaced by a hot chick any second, so I better be fun.
Yeah, I like what was it? Yeah. There was one like car dealership. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And the guy would put his family in the commercials, and his kids would be like, "Our dad's going crazy." And like I can't remember what his fucking name. Remember Tom Ford? I think his name was Tom Ford, and he owned a Chevrolet dealership. Like, I think if I remember that, right, Tom Ford Chevrolet.
Did he at least play on it?
Like, our dad's going crazy. I think my dad's going crazy. And like, why are they rapping? What is happening here? How's this gonna,
I mean, if we're gonna break it down to like the commercials, Chicago, Midwest in general. I know Detroit had a lot, but Chicago. Do yourself a favor and look up the Moo and Oink, which was the name of a grocery store. Moo and Oink, Moo and Oink. They would there's a pig and a cow, and they'd rap. And
this was a local group.
We got baby, spare ribs, roast beef, hot links, and more to give. Cube steaks, hot dogs, rib tips, ooh, pork chops, bacon wings, and chicken wings too. Give me a wave if you like catfish. Jump up if it's your favorite dish. Tommy likes ribs and chicken wings. If you like you, let me hear you scream. Wave for catfish. Scream for ribs.
Moo and Oink. Wave for catfish.
Wave? Yeah, okay, I did hear that.
Scream for ribs. God damn.
Wild, dog.
We had Moo and Oink. We had Eagle Man. We had Eagle Man Insurance, where like you didn't realize that the being bad was on purpose, and then those commercials would just run. Victory Auto, man. Oh, so many good. And if you saw, like, and we also had, we also had Bozo the Clown was like the big.
That's huge, but Bozo was like.
Bozo was
national.
syndicated, but so they would tape, and I remember being terrified. My cousins all got to do like the up next, a cartoon from Fred Flintstone, and I got scared when they went through the line of kids to see who wanted to be on TV. I got intimidated.
Oh, the tables have turned.
There's a great photo. I don't know if it's Cookie, who is his sidekick, Bozo's sidekick, him just like sharing a smoke with a chain, fucking whatever the mayor of Chicago was. It was like Bozo and the mayor smoking a cigarette out in front of the studio. I'm like, God damn, this rules. I want that. That's on a shirt somewhere, and I think I need it.
Look at these two clowns.
Yeah.
Yeah. God damn it. My buddy, there was this one guy, he went super viral, or like in the beginning stages of viral. It was Texas Law Hawk. Mm-hmm. And he was this like really obnoxious lawyer. He was like, it's me, the Texas Law Hawk. And he would just punch into a bar and be like, don't get DUIs, but if you do.
Yes.
Good. Wow.
God damn.
Jane.
Chicago fucking rules.
Does she have a black eye?
I don't know, man. Maybe.
No, it's just a copy, Xerox of the newspaper.
And also, you think about like clowns. Why would clowns scare kids? Look at Bozo the Clown.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his hair looks like a. It's insane.
Bozo ruled. Those were the select, like Bozo the Clown was obviously like when you're a little kid, that's the most important people. I remember going to like Disney World and knowing that like that's not Mickey Mouse, or that's not a cartoon that I saw is not this thing that's in a costume. But seeing Bozo,
how funny, because I remember going to Toys R Us and meeting He-Man and She-Ra and thinking that they were He-Man and She-Ra.
Really?
Yeah.
I never see that part.
Where's your soundboard on that one?
Hold on.
I just wanted to be mean. I'm still hurt over the soundboard.
Your shine box. That works.
He-Man, what did She-Ra look like again?
She was blonde.
Probably,
Because of course she was.
Yeah.
They were brother and sister, you know.
They were brother and sister?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shit.
And their
Okay.
dad was Skeletor.
That's not right.
No, that's not. They were
That's-
brother and sister, though.
We had Harry Carey was a big local celeb.
Oh, but he was yeah.
Harry
I
Carey.
ate at his restaurant once.
I never ate his restaurant. Only saw him once when he almost fell over the railing after falling out of the radio booth. I think I've told that story. But just
I don't know if you have.
if you were a crossing guard, the only reason you'd be a crossing guard in grade school is because everybody got to go to a Cubs game afterward, like all the people that work for the school. So I was a crossing guard. And then we all got bussed down to go to a Cubs game. We were sat underneath like the radio broadcast booth, and then all of a sudden Harry comes out and he just hits the railing like, all right. And all the little kids are just like, fucking Harry. We're lost our minds. And there's like people, I remember like people like holding him like, oh, easy there, Harry. Cause he just, yeah, all right, it's Harry Carey. Waving to the kids over the railing and he's going to fall. He's drunk off his ass. We're like,
was he just like a huge booze bag?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like legendary booze bag. It's all cool, Budweiser.
I mean, I like my first impression of him is because I didn't watch a ton of baseball. Is Will Ferrell's impression of him?
It's so close.
Yeah.
So in the vein of local celebrities, I mean, I would put like local DJs. I mean, like I would put DJs.
Local DJs, obviously.
I would listen to
local sports guys. Randy Galloway was one of ours. He was a sports writer, and he would just piss everybody off.
Yeah,
it was amazing. They signed a player that he hated, the Cowboys. Mm-hmm. Randy Galloway just called him El Dorado for the 5 years. He was like El Dorado over there. He can play, but at what cost? Like he was just he's like a awesome redneck writer. Yeah. And I remember he goes the day after Obama got elected, I was listening to his show, and one of the guys was like, "Is this that crazy?" And he just yelled, "A brother is the president."
Wow.
Yeah. And I mean, he was awesome. And like, drink it, like, for sure would get drunk. He told one of his infamous things was that he said that the Dallas Mavericks should not draft Michael Jordan. And like people would blow him up for that. Like,
back in the day.
Because they didn't know how good he was going to be, like, back in the day. And then people would be like, "You're the guy who told everybody not to draft Michael Jordan." He goes, "Yeah, that one was on me. I have a sports talk show." And they would just kind of own it. It's very funny.
If that's your big, if that's how you beefed it that early on, you may as well know, like, well, I'm going to be a heel. I'll be the heel. Yeah, I'll need a heel.
He was awesome.
Yeah, when people know they're being the heel for entertainment's sake, what a fun place to be. Like,
it's the
I'm
fucking
just going to be ridiculous. Well, so the morning radio show I'd listen to.
That's the kind of role I would want to play.
Yeah. The morning radio show would play Harry Carey clips from the game before. And their favorite one is like, "It's high pot pie to center field." Like, now he said pot pie. Can I confirm that he said pot pie? And they just replay it. And anytime there's a Japanese player, they're just like, "Well, here's Harry trying to pronounce the Japanese player." And it was just blabbering. So remote, like not even close to the name, just drunk and old.
You might not have
God, he ruled.
A stronger dynamic because Bob Uecker is the voice of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Yeah.
So you can't have, like, I mean, I guess he doesn't call games, but you can't really have two more amazing local, like, ball game callers than these two guys. Yeah. Like, there's got to be nobody's even close. Vin Scully, I guess, in LA is like a big one.
But just to be so audibly intoxicated.
Oh yeah. Well, like, have you ever see the Norm sketch or the Norm interview where he talks about meeting Bob Uecker?
Dude, I opened for Norm and he was just telling Bob Uecker stories and they were bananas. I can't remember. I just remember laughing at everything he said about Bob Uecker because I'm just like, the guy from Major League?
Yeah.
The guy from Mr. Belvedere?
He said that he goes, it's maybe one of my favorite like Letterman clips of all. Letterman like almost pisses his pants. He's laughing so hard. He goes, "Hey, Norm, you know who that is down there? John Fogerty, rock and roll singer." He goes, yeah, I know he is. He goes, "You probably think he's some fuck who bites the heads off of chickens, but I'll tell you this, he can hit it out of the sand trap like nobody's business." And he goes, "I'll have him come sing for you in the 7th inning." And he goes, "No, don't do that." He goes, "Don't you even know who he is?" He goes, "Yeah, you did Creedence Clearwater Revival." He goes, "Yeah, he did all that fucking shit." And the whole time he's just like, and a fly ball out to third. Oh, fuck, man.
Did you have...
God damn it, that's so...
I want to go like... Now I'm thinking local celebrities. I'm trying to think of like regional. Like I think I told you on the other episode how there was the guy that thought he saw Jesus in the wood of his door. Did I talk about that guy? Yeah, and he had he got to run for president. So there was that guy. Addison had, I think, murders. There was a lot of murders. I don't know if that qualifies as celebrity, but
we had a
there's some
couple of those.
high-profile. The Brown's Chicken murders. That was a classic one. That guy finally got caught.
What?
Somebody
that.
went in.
Did you say chicken?
Brown's Chicken.
Yeah.
Did you guys have Brown's Chicken by where you were at? It's a chain.
I don't know what that is.
Maybe a regional chain. Somebody went in, iced the whole crew, then robbed the place. Yeah, the whole staff of a Brown's Chicken. And
they were all teenagers?
I don't know what the makeup was, but so then that was unsolved for decades. Like I remember it happening and being a big news story. And then it finally went out, like the guy's girlfriend finally like ratted him out to the police, which imagine sitting on that with every argument you have. Oh, you want to do what? I'll just tell them about that you killed all the chicken people. So that one finally went out. We had more morose, like weird deaths, at least in Addison.
Yeah. We had Diana Zamora was a woman who she was like our murder celebrity. They made a Lifetime movie out of one of hers. So it was
her
pretty.
name does sound familiar, actually.
Her and her boyfriend murdered his ex-girlfriend, and they were like, they called her like the cadet killer or something because they were like, she was in the Navy or Air Force or something when it happened. It was like a while. But her brother, Carlos, was in my gym class, and he was all right. And you could just tell how much it affected this dude. So brutal. Yeah. But I'm trying to think of the other...
our star quarterback killed somebody prom weekend.
How?
Just beat him up, and then the guy succumbed to his injuries. So it wasn't the intent. And then his brother pushed his girlfriend out of a moving vehicle. So that family had a thing going on.
That's yeah.
Nobody was famous for like successful.
Good. Yeah, I mean, Harry Carey, we really kind of like nailed it up top.
Yeah, I'm thinking Addison regionally. Like, I'm trying to think of who. I think we had a couple sports people that maybe made it out of there. Some band stuff, but like, I'm focused on the Bozo the Clowns.
Maren Morris. Do you know who she is? She's like a big country star.
No.
She was like around my area a bunch. Like she used to come to punk shows and stuff. And then, but that was like the first like what's that? Fast and Loud. You know that show? It's like a dumb car show.
Oh yeah, I used to watch that all the time.
Yeah, the head mechanic, Aaron, the guy with the beard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he went to my high school. We were the same graduating class. Like half of those guys went to my high school.
I think he quit because he thought I don't know. He just seemed like a normal dude, so he bailed on that show.
Yeah, Aaron was pretty cool. He just kind of did what he wanted. But yeah, he had that, which is kind of a weird way to be famous too, because like you're the secondary guy on a show, and it's like a reality show about cars. Like that would be a weird way to be famous, I think.
Like the other guy from American Idol season 1.
Yes,
Justin
Simon Guari. No, Justin Guari.
I don't know. I have no idea what it's
Kelly Clarkson went to the high school next to mine. She went to our rivals, Burleson. My buddy took her to prom.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
She seems nice.
Yeah.
She is.
That's where Tegan was working.
So that's a few.
Job. She said she was a nice lady. Tegan beat her in beer pong.
Oh, really?
So there's Tegan's claim to fame. She beat Kelly Clarkson in beer pong.
Should make a T-shirt for it. Yeah. I would have.
Yeah.
I don't. I haven't.
I'm trying to think about other local celebrities.
No, we had the car dealer. We had Solozzi Edelson that my dad would curse every time they came on TV. He's like, I ordered a car with those guys. They never fucking scam artists. Just yell it. Which is, could you sound greasier as like two dudes selling cars? Solozzi Edelson.
It's a little, yeah.
We had Tommy Bartlett was the big one. That joke still gets a hit in Madison, where like if you go to Wisconsin Dells, Tommy Bartlett was regional Elon Musk. That dude was he had his hands in some sort of thing where it's like, what are you doing? You're building weird robots? Well, it's going to be Tommy Bartlett's Robot World on the way to Wisconsin Dells. What do you got? You do the water ski thing where you all stand on each other's shoulders? Tommy Bartlett's water show. You're part of Tommy Bartlett's thing.
I've seen this. I do know who you're talking about.
Of course you have. You've driven through Wisconsin.
Yes.
Tommy Bartlett was the Elon Musk of the late 70s, early 80s tri-state entertainment industry.
That's right.
That man was putting his name on anything that was coming through. He was going to get a piece of it.
Like you can also just kind of be a local celebrity if your name is on a business. You know, like there's nothing zany about. There was a guy in Nevada, Tom Raper. And he had like an RV park or something, and it was Tom Raper RV Park. It's like, buddy, just name it Sunset Cove or something. You know, like just yeah.
I don't know why the kids keep laughing at my name. It's just Dick. Oh God.
I mean, there's a guy in the NFL Hall of Fame, Dick Butkus.
Of course there is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember me and my sister going through the phone book to find the name Harry Wiener. And then laughing, and my dad also laughing. My mom's like, "It's not funny. It might be Weiner." And my dad's like, "It's funny. It's like let him have. Let him have.
Way to take the fun out of it.
Yeah,
it might be Weiner. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, this is a book. This is a book this is the most boring book in the world. The kids went out of their way to find the name Harry Wiener. Let him have it. Just let him have it.
They're trying.
Yeah, it is funny. It's Harry Wiener. It's in there.
Got him this phone book for Christmas.
yeah. Go find some dirty names. There's a lot to get through, so go find some dirty names, kids.
Charlene, any local celebs in Roswell, Georgia? Where are you from?
Marietta. But I grew up half in Marietta and half in Louisville, so every Derby winner that ever was from Louisville.
Louisville.
All the horse secretariat, all the horses. And a girl that went to my high school, when she got out of high school, she got a boob job and then got a job at the radio station, and she went by Tits LaRue, Tits McGee, something like that. I think she still works there, honestly. And she would just go all over town and give away shit. I could not tell you what her name was, or real name was.
I got my tits done and still went into radio.
Yeah. Yep.
Damn, dude. That's fucking brutal. Oh.
Got fake tits that went into radio.
Yep.
Who was the woman in Portland who opened the bikini coffee bars? But she had she was on a reality show for a bit.
Yeah, she was. I don't remember because I never watched. It was like she was on Survivor, one of those reality shows.
But she really parlayed it into. It into like a real nice, neat little business for her.
Well, Portland has $1 billion because there's Elvis, and then. Are you kidding me? The guy that dresses up like Elvis, who you've only ever seen him dressed up like Elvis.
That's the guy, but he doesn't look like he's got
65,
he looks
70.
Like me in the face, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Do you seriously not know who I'm talking about?
No.
That's wild to me.
I know the 24-hour Church of Elvis. Is that still there?
No, it was closed even before I got there.
No, it wasn't, because I saw it.
Okay.
Maybe there was another one?
It might have reopened. I don't know.
It was just, anyway, whatever, yeah.
No, he's like one of those barfly guys. Like, he's just at all of the bars, and he's at all the parties. Elvis. I don't know what his real name is.
That's crazy. I don't know this one.
You got to Google him, because if
right
you
here,
don't recognize him,
John Schroeder, Portland's Elvis. It was in the research. And he hosts karaoke at Dante's every week now. I'm assuming it's the same Elvis.
It's definitely the same Elvis. There is one other Elvis in Portland, but he's he's out on 82nd Boulevard, and he's the most famous Chinese Elvis or something like that. Like there's some
They split up
racial
the
moniker
turf.
that goes with it. Yeah, I don't know. And then
God,
there's
this guy does not look like Elvis. Jesus
No kidding.
Christ.
No.
And then there's that guy that passed away, but he wore the Mickey Mouse ears and played the trumpet everywhere.
Oh, yeah. I remember him.
They almost named that new bridge after him because we were allowed to vote, and we all voted that we should name it after him because he just passed away. And then the city was like, no.
Wait, guys, can you take one of these polls seriously, please?
Yes.
We are giving
Yeah.
you your choice, but then you come in with this
Yeah.
bullshit, and we're like,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and
that's what
then now
happened.
it's like, isn't it like the Indigenous Bridge or something like that? It's like
I have no
a bridge.
idea.
But like I know
Yeah.
people. One of the names for that was like the Bart Simpson Bridge because he's from Matt Groening's
Yeah.
from Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got your like bar crowd. There's like Crummy, you know him, right? The guy that used to be a roadie for Insane Clown Posse.
No,
ooh, bar celebrities is a whole other realm of.
Yeah.
that is
Internet
there's a
celebrity.
darkness to that. That's like
Wesley Willis was the guy
Oh, yeah,
that
what-
would come around, and I
Yeah.
didn't know him. I'm just like, first off, like I'm just starting to go to all ages shows as like a teenager, and it's
Mhm.
punk rock, so rarely do you see like black people at the punk rock shows,
Sure.
let alone a giant guy that is homeless and he's
Right.
grabbing everyone and headbutting them. Gently, but like gently. That was his way of showing affection was, and then like a
Sweet.
nice headbutt.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, oh yeah, that's Wesley Willis and he's in a band. And you went and saw Wesley Willis and you're like, what's going on here?
it's insane. He became. I bet when Napster first started and people would just upload shit. You know, like
Mhm.
Yeah.
I remember like my friend was like, "Oh my god, there's Metallica covering Nirvana," and then we downloaded it and it was just Wesley Willis. Like,
Because you would name it the wrong
yeah,
way.
and that was my introduction.
That's funny.
My introduction to it was, and then it was just like, and then I was just like, "Oh my god, he's got all these songs called I'm Sorry I Got Fat."
Yeah.
Oh
Which
my
was-
goodness.
Put tartar sauce on a donkey's
we
dick
do have
and
to
suck
take.
it.
We do have to take a break for a sponsor spot on this one.
Okay, this next one is all right, guys. We'll be right back after we hear from our sponsor, Rock and Roll McDonald's. Rock and Roll McDonald's.
Mhm.
McDonald's will make you fat.
Underwear drawers are like the Wild West of wardrobes. There's no rhyme or reason to them. Anything goes. You put your spurs right next to your boots, next to your socks, next to your undies. You've got pairs from 2 birthdays ago, 2 Christmases ago, pairs from 5 different brands, 5 different fits. Who wants that? When you open your drawer in the morning, you have no idea what to expect. Now that I felt the buttery soft comfort. Buttery soft.
Wow.
Like, yeah. You know when you're in a white tablecloth restaurant, they have the good butter and the good buttery soft.
Smells
Your
silky
parts are the
smooth on the
bread.
Jennies.
Yeah. Your parts are the bread, and MeUndies is the butter. And everybody loves butter, especially ladies. My other
We
pairs
are
have got to
losing
go
this sponsor.
because MeUndies is all I reach for. I'm hooked, and I just feel off if I try to wear anything else at all.
Okay, personal experience. I got 2 pairs. I like them. They got shiny, weird, trippy mushrooms on them, and the other one has dinosaurs. Rawr! Guess who else has little arms and is ineffective? My dink. Anyway, I love the fun patterns, and they're a good time. You're having a bad day, you take off your pants. Look who's got little dinosaurs all over his Jennies. From black classics to fun, expressive prints, MeUndies has a look for everyone. Plus, they come in sizes extra small to 4XL, guaranteeing a flattering cut for every body. Unmatched comfort. MeUndies' signature fabric is as soft as a warm hug from your favorite sweater. Remember when I said that before? It's breathable, stretchy, and oh so comfy, making it ideal for wearing them all day. Keep them on all day. Don't take them off in the middle of the day. You might get arrested. Responsibly sourced. They use sustainably sourced materials and work with partners that care for their workers. That's a nice thing to know. Problem-free philosophy. Not happy with your first pair of undies? It's on MeUndies. Get 20%
Get 20% off your first order plus free shipping. We love ads. Get 20% off your first order, plus free shipping at MeUndies.com/NAFT. That's MeUndies.com/NAFT for 20% off, plus free shipping. MeUndies, comfort from the outside in. A Cookie Monster did at the end.
I mean, if you're not buying these now, I don't know what to do. What to
Yeah.
tell you. Hey, it's us. Hey,
We're
look
back,
at us.
and we're talking about local celebs. Kind of.
I love.
Like
I don't.
we always kind of talk.
I feel like if you're not, I mean, unless there's an attitude, unless the attitude is larger than the size of the celebrity, I don't know who's naysaying a local celeb. You know, unless they're like walking into business, like, "Where's my discount? Don't you know me?"
Yeah, the DJ thing is if they're pulling the Danny McBride in the first season of Eastbound and Down, kind of.
Yeah.
That's the only time it's not fun.
DJs with DJs with egos. That's the funniest thing because like the morning show I used to love on Q101 was Wendy and Bill. I've told you that story. They were the guys that but then it went to Man Cow, and Man Cow just fucking sucked. Like the fact that he's just got like a whack podcast now, like, oh, you fell far and you were a chotch the whole time.
Yeah.
But though, like, I remember like when the radio station, like when Q101 would put on a punk show, but all the punks hated Q101 because it's mainstream radio. But it's also the reason the show was $5 because they sponsored it.
Right.
So then they'd make a DJ go out like, all right, this is so-and-so from Q101. And we just throw shit at them. They're like, man, I didn't even,
Fuck these guys.
I didn't even want this job.
Love that.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, I get the local DJs really kind of deserve their own, like, level. And it's because some of them are fucking fine.
Yeah.
And then some of them are horrible. Like,
Yeah.
I would say, who's the guy who does the comedy radio that lives, he's always at High Plains?
The Denver guy.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name.
He was like a big radio guy. Yeah. Like, but he ran the station I used to listen to
Yeah.
in Fort Worth called The Edge.
Oh, really?
And yeah, it was very cool. He actually Josh was the guy who did like the night show, like from like 8 to 2 or whatever or 9 to 2, whatever it was. But on Sundays he did this thing called the Adventure Club where you would hear music that was not
the unsanctioned.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like, and that was like maybe the coolest thing on the radio that to me at that time. And he actually called Josh for me, and I talked to him for a bit, and he's like, he gave me he mailed me a bunch of stickers that he used to give away at the show.
The terrestrial radio guys were celebrities in their own right. I mean, it was the big old disco inferno or disco destruction night that I forget which. Which DJ it was in Chicago. Like bring a disco record to smash at a Sox game, and it just turned into mayhem.
Such a good story.
Yeah.
What they just started slinging them out into the field.
Yeah, and it just turned into like a riot. But then they also talked about like there was these racial overtones of like disco was looked at as like urban or black music or like as dance music, and like it's all these rock and roll, it's like white dudes like fuck this stuff, like so it kind of I don't know if that was the intent of it, but it was like looking back on it was kind of like using this music as a divide of like it just you think about how silly it is to like hate a genre of music now when everybody likes everything, but that's how
right.
But that's how you identify. I mean, that was your identity. People wanted identity. Like I'm a rockin' guy. I'm a punk guy. I'm a cunt. Like the people needed that, and that it kind of blew up in a very negative way. But that was a radio DJ saying like, "We're sponsoring this night at Comiskey, so bring your disco records to destroy them." And I guess they had to cancel the game. There's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
There are two of the guys, the radio DJs were in my town, Kramer and Twitch. Perfect,
always
tandem team. Yeah. And this is pre-internet. They started a rumor that Britney Spears was in a car wreck and died.
That was some radio. That was some morning radio.
Yeah. Oh, this was and they were Nightside.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And it was like a big national news story because people were like, I fucking remember. And they were like, thought it was like, and they were just like old perverts. They'd just be like overly sexualize her all the time. And this was like a rock radio show. And they'd be like, they did parody songs of hers about her body. It was like, so they were like the kind of radio. I wonder what happened to them because they were the kind of radio DJs that you were like, these people are fucking scumbags.
That was like the morning radio, the morning zoo guys, and the fact that you could be hacked because nobody knew the morning zoo in Chicago. Nobody knew the morning zoo in Cleveland because they're in Cleveland, so you could just rip off. Or they
shuffled.
Yeah, those guys would get would always move constantly, like radio.
They shuffle them around like disgraced clergy members.
My buddy was a DJ and was just constantly uprooting his family. Like every 2 years, your contract's up. Now I got to go to Denver for a job. Now I got to go to Louisiana for a job. It seemed grueling for those guys, but they'd go and just see where it would take. See where the show would pick up. So, who's your favorite local celebrity? I
mean, it might be that Randy Galloway guy, the sports writer. I mean, he was pretty great because he would just say like crazy shit all the time. And I remember I had a history professor in college who would listen to him, and he was just like, we would talk about him instead of like him giving a lesson. He's like, this guy was on a tear yesterday. Yeah. He goes, he was just like talking about it. He goes, he would just say shit that was insane. He's like, you think Jerry Jones is a decent man? That guy, he'll cut off your nuts and hand them to you. Ugh. He is ruthless. That man grips grapes. He's just like a redneck with a microphone, and everybody like would laugh their asses off, and he just knew it. Yeah, and his writing was fun. Like all of his shit. He was maybe my like favorite like Fort Worth celebrity.
Yeah,
DFW. Yeah. I mean, Harry Carey is a tough one.
Harry Carey's legend. I always liked the Empire carpet salesman. He was just such a calming presence. He didn't do it. You didn't see him anywhere else. He had a real Alex Trebek kind of energy. Old guy with a mustache that you just trusted, and he'd be like, "We'll do your whole house, 2 floors with padding for this much a room. 588-2300 Empire." And you're just like, "Oh." You know the jingle, and the guy, it was just like commercials are great, and this was a commercial, like it was almost like meditative before you knew what it was. Like, oh, it's the Empire Carpet Man, calmly and coolly trying to pitch me on how much it would cost to carpet a 3-bedroom home, and then the jingle would play, and you'd be like, tight.
Game show contestants turn into local celebrities for just a little bit too. Or I'd have a number of friends, I have a number of friends who have been on court TV shows. Yeah, they were kind of famous for so those. Oh, sure. Remember when we were watching Jeopardy during the pandemic, and the lady who was so stiff, like she would just say, "What is?" And then we were like, "What is going on with this woman?" She was murdering it. It was fascinating. Then we found out like she was really sick.
Oh, really?
And she so she was just in like insane amounts of pain.
2 entire episodes making fun of her because she was so odd, and then the next episode starts, and they're like, "She will not be joining us because she's dead," and we were like, "Oh,
that's right."
Oh,
that was her.
And he said it in the most Trebek way too. It was very like. And then it was
like
just
it was
back
her
to
make-a-wish
business.
Basically to be on Jeopardy.
I mean, I've heard of Final Jeopardy, but this is ridiculous. Soundboard.
What is heaven?
Oh, okay.
All
hold
right,
on.
we missed it.
On top of it, as always.
Right.
But I remember watching that and having her be like so stiff, and we were like, and she was like damp and sweaty sometimes, and then Trebek makes the announcement. Or there's something, and then it was just back to business. Like it was, it was so weird. Like it was the way he said it was so obligatory. Like it felt like he didn't want to do it.
I didn't want him to do it.
Yeah, I could have done without. Yeah, so
gotta explain.
Yeah,
gotta explain what's up. Dick Portillo used to live in Addison. Dick Portillo of Portillo's hot dog fame.
Oh.
His house had an indoor pool. My sister went to a birthday party there once when she was younger.
Ooh, that's fancy.
That's pretty local celebrity stuff.
That's I mean, if the hot dog guy is coming, that's Chicago to it. I mean, it's famous from a movie.
That man had indoor pool money off them hot dogs.
That's some good money.
That's fucking really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dick Portillo. I wonder if he's still around.
They sold the company. People are very upset about that.
Really?
Yeah.
It's such a Chicago thing to be upset about.
Yeah, nobody's. Dick Portillo, he stays active in managing his own portfolio of real estate holdings. That's the first line.
Oh boy.
Jesus Christ. If you've ever seen a guy that looks like his name's Dick Portillo, it's Dick Portillo.
Let me see it right now.
I don't know. The first result from Hinsdale Magazine Group. At that time, Dick Portillo.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This guy's face it's like he caught a good scare.
Oh, yeah, Dick Portillo.
Oh.
God bless you.
He looks so Floridian to me.
I mean, that's probably where it is. Probably retired. Oh no, he's in Oak Brook. Anyway, found out. I'm just looking up Dick Portillo facts.
Okay. Charlene, do you have a favorite one from
Well,
you said Derby winners, obviously, but
well, right around the corner from my house was Kaminsky Jewelers, and it was, I don't know what Kaminsky's name was other than his last name was Kaminsky, but the commercial was always with his daughter Donna. And his daughter Donna wasn't like a kid, like his daughter Donna was a grown adult, and he was also an adult. And the song went, "If you like ski, good stuff ski, come into Miss Kaminsky Jewelers." And
little tickle.
every time I drive past it, you start singing the song. I mean, you can't help yourself.
God.
How did that go?
If you like ski, good stuff ski, come into Kaminsky.
That's the most
stretch.
Polish. Like,
Yeah.
Stretch.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
And when I first moved to Portland, there was a guy, I know his name was Jim, and he had a name like Jim the blah, 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 but I can't remember what the blah, blah, blah part was, but he had a cable access channel on back when cable access was a thing that still existed.
Yep.
And Jim Sprague, that was his name. I can't believe I remember that. And he would do a talk show, but in the background were just like home shot swinger videos.
God, I miss some. I don't want to sound like old nostalgia folk. I do miss pre-internet weirdness.
I know. Like I know what you mean. Like I don't want to do it either.
You had to work so hard to get it out there.
But also how much stuff was just allowed to be because there was not a threat of it being documented and shared.
Yeah.
So come into my weird my buddy Bob worked again, if I told this story, stop me. He used to do like when you would like leave a message on somebody's beeper.
Yeah.
He worked for the company that had to type out the messages. Like you would just leave a voicemail and some dude, and in this instance, it was Bob, and we're all just sitting there rolling joints in this warehouse, which a guy lived in the other half of the warehouse. And he'd just be asleep behind some partitions, and we'd just be smoking joints, listening to people's messages like, Trina, I'm sorry, you got to take me back. Like, this dude's fucked. And then he would just write, he would never write the message out. He'd just write, check your messages, because they could call in and get the voicemail. So he never typed out. He never, and that's also, when you think about like data breaches now on a global level, this was just, my buddy Bob got the job of listening to everybody's private message and typing it out. And that was a guy's business. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll run a beeper service.
Yeah, that's wild. We had Crazy Agnes.
Oh God, you gotta have a crazy. Yeah.
Dude, I got in so much fucking. It was a thing. She was this insane woman who had this wild house, and I'm not joking.
Mm-hmm.
Her backyard fence perched. And I might have told this on this podcast.
Oh, I remember.
What backed up against a pretty busy road.
Did she have
and she just had
crucifixes?
hundreds of hundreds of them. and like it was like she was like a local celebrity, and then I think I told a story on a podcast about it, and there's like a Facebook, people like were messaging me like, oh my god, I remember her, I wonder if she's still alive. Like yeah, and the stories around her were fucking nuts. Yeah,
it's a real Boo Radley kind of thing. The one house in the neighborhood that nobody knows what's happening there, so the stories spin out of control.
For sure. And she was like, they were like gonna like when I got in trouble with them, they were like gonna make us go over there. My mom was so fucking mad because we like egged her house.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm gonna make you go over there and clean her whole. And I was like, I'm telling you right now, I've never been like this with my mom ever, but I was like, there's no fucking way I'm going over that house.
I'm telling you right. I'm gonna tell you right
I was
now.
in trouble. I was like, I was in trouble. I knew I was wrong and I was getting in more trouble, but I was like, I'm not fucking doing that. Like that was insane to me that she wanted me to go there. Oh,
We had.
like she's gonna fucking eat me.
Did you ever have like lottery winners in your neighborhood? We had somebody that won the lottery, and it was never like it wasn't enough money. It wasn't like millions and millions of dollars, but it's like so and so's family won the lot. Yeah, $200,000, but $200,000 in like 1988 still money.
Nice.
Go ahead, skip.
But it's not all the money. But they're like they would like got new siding, and like I just remember people like flaunting it. Oh, looks like they're getting a pool put in. Okay, braggarts. Like other people have pools.
Yeah, that's the guy.
But they knew they won the lottery, so there was like, oh, look who's got a new car in the driveway. Like, of course they won the fucking lottery. Let them have a new car.
My buddy would have the lottery was he worked at like Enterprise Rent-A-Car or something like that. And Rayfield Wright, who was like a lineman for the Dallas Cowboys in their golden age, was like he's a Hall of Famer, but you know he didn't make it. He didn't make the money players make these days. My buddy said he would come in and rent cars all the time, and he would always bring them back wrecked, like trash. He's like this giant guy with bad knees who was like really sweet, you know.
Yeah.
And then there was a news story like we were bartending, and he goes, look at this shit. And it was Rayfield Wright had won like $10 million from the Texas State Lottery, and he was like nicest guy I've ever met, but fucking horrible driver.
I can afford to wreck his own cars.
Yeah. So he got kind of celebed on both levels.
Yeah, I don't know who's knocking local celebs, man. I don't know how. What we're just talking about people we all love.
We're just
celebrating.
I think it's the DJs that are really the only ones that fucking suck.
Well,
the outsized ego.
And I've met them, and they were cool too. Some of them. So
there's in Portland. There's the self-cleaning house lady, and so she like turned her entire house. Did you live in Portland? I mean, so she turned her entire house into a self-cleaning house. And so she would turn switches on and the whole house would clean itself. And you could go tour it.
Pretty cool.
And so obviously I was going to go tour it. She's passed away since then, I think. But she's a huge racist. So that wasn't great. But the house was pretty cool.
It's like the guy who had Graceland too. He just was a big Elvis fan and had all his Elvis stuff in his house. He's like, you can come visit anytime. And then he shot somebody, some drunk kid for coming in the middle of the night. Maybe we should have some business hours in this place.
All right.
That's so fucking funny.
We have a couple voicemails.
Did I live in Portland?
Well, because every time I say something, you're like, who?
He doesn't like ghosts. He doesn't like local celebrities. Shane just kind of keeps to himself.
You know, like the house, the Hats Museum on right on Ladd's Edition.
The Hats Museum?
I may.
It's this old lady, and she has like 10,000 hats in her house, and you can also go in her house, and she'll give you a hat tour.
She's got a lot of hats.
It's kind of fun, actually. I would recommend it.
I want to know who. There's a guy last summer when I first moved into this spot. He just plays saxophone over the bridge, over there by whatever that highway is that I'm by, the 5.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. He's just by himself and he plays saxophone.
That's cool.
Like I think either he sucks at saxophone and now nobody can hear him because it's rush hour, or he thinks, you know what you guys need in some rush hour is some soothing sounds of the sax.
To calm everyone down. I dig it.
Just parks and stands on the bridge, playing some jams.
Yeah.
Good for him.
There's the mystery hole, the guy that has the mystery hole in his backyard. Do you know what I'm talking about, Shane? No.
I want to know all these things.
Fuck off. You don't get to judge me for this.
Hey,
Can you name one Portland celebrity outside of the
Woodstock mystery hole.
mystery hole? That's it. It's just a hole in the dude's backyard.
Bo Breedlove.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Is he from Portland?
Well, he was there when he dated Sam Adams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unmeasurable depth.
Yeah. This is what I mean.
For those of you not watching this on YouTube, Kyle's face is enamored right now.
Yeah.
He's got a hole that he doesn't know that he can't measure the end of it. Is that
Owned and
is that-
operated, this is Atlas Obscura, owned and operated by the Universal Church O' Fun and championed by its jovial Pastor Barron, leader of the Tunnel People, the Woodstock Mystery Hole stands as a monument to the irrefutable mores adhered to by the church's followers, including, but not limited to, have fun, make fun, be fun. The more you dig, the more tunnel you find, and eat, fuck, tunnel.
It says eat, fuck, tunnel.
That's one of their things.
Gotta have a motto.
That was awesome.
Okay.
Okay. Speaking of unmeasurable holes, let's get to our listeners.
Okay.
This financial hole we've built for ourselves is pretty unmeasurable.
Me undies ain't paying me bills.
We'll be right back. Oh God, what have I done with my life?
You know, my favorite weatherman is local celebrity Tom Skilling. I want to give a personal shout out to my man Tom Skilling. Chilling with Tom Skilling. He's got an Instagram. There's only one post on it from several years ago, and all it says is like, "Gonna be a hot one out there. Be cool." That's the only.
I love it.
The only post.
I love it. Have you seen the weatherman that works Tupac lyrics into every time he does the weather? It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I think the weathermen are a fun bunch. They're a fun.
Yeah.
They get silly. I think there's a hidden life. Probably a lot of bondage.
All right, we
George-
have a couple voicemails.
All right.
George Reba, that's my. He was a local sportscaster too. Just like the most specific looking person. That was one of mine. Tom's chilling with Tom, and also George Reba's Instagram is very active, which is wild because I was expecting to be laying more along. He does have a picture of him interviewing Jim from The Office outside of a raceway.
Why not?
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Who's
Yeah,
calling?
you got some-
Who's got local celebs? I want to hear about them. I want to get excited about some regional superstars.
Okay. Here's
regional superstars.
Here's the first one.
Hey, Nikolai, Denver, dollar store plate guy. Just wanted to call about, you guys made a post about local celebrities. If you ask anyone over the age of, I'd say about 25 in Denver about Robo Mike, they would know exactly who you're talking about. I don't care about your newsman, your radio guys, whatever. The homeless people in your town that everybody knows, more important to the culture of that city than
Good call.
anything on the airwaves. I mean, Robo Mike, every time I see him, he'd come up to me and call me Harry Potter just because of a kid with glasses. Love that shit. Made me feel seen, you know? He dressed up with all this stuff on him and act like a robot. He was a really funny guy. Big old afro. Just passed away not too long ago. Rest in peace, Robo Mike. You guys have a good one. Night.
All right, bud. Robo Mike.
R.I.P. Robo Mike. We had a guy by Columbia College that would always like, Streetwise was the newspaper, was the homeless newspaper, but he would always get very
There's those straight roots, right? In Portland,
Street roots in Portland.
yeah. This guy would always get very Shakespearean, or like, Oh, forsooth, thou young maiden, perhaps I dare interest you in such a fine publication that could be rolled up and used to thwart enemies. And if anybody was like, no thanks, and then you just be hanging out and be like, man, these fucking bitches don't even know shit. I'm down here trying to fucking hustle these fucking ass. Oh, die, therefore, but foregoing. That guy was awesome.
Perfect.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
'Cause that-
The turn on a dime homeless guy is a real fun
Because
one.
you'd hang with him to watch the show. I mean, you'd give him a few bucks, but then he'd be putting it on for the kids hanging out. We'd like hook him up. That guy. Oh, we like that guy.
Jake had said there was had this bit where this homeless person would always be like, "Can I have $1?" And people would be like, "No," and be like, "Well, fuck you, then."
yeah.
That was his catchphrase.
Yeah.
Oh, who else we
okay,
got?
Here's the next one.
Yum.
Hey everyone, this is your guy Travis in Fort Collins. I'm calling in about DJs and things, radio personalities.
Yeah.
I think some of them are over the top and stupid, and some of them are kind of fun interactions. I used to love listening to Bob and Tom and them back in the day.
Bob and Tom.
My dad, to go through college, was a low-level overnight DJ, which he said sucked real bad, but since he worked in Chicago, he got to work with Wolfman Jack and be at openings for some awesome concerts. And I think when the Star Wars bar in Chicago first opened up in the 70s, he got to go and meet Darth Vader. But otherwise, he said the job really sucked. It was never ever worth it. These days, I think DJs / crazy podcasters have too much influence.
You're right.
And people start to think that they're experts and stuff and
And they're not even meeting Darth Vader.
get a little crazy with the things they're hearing these DJs talk about instead of knowing that they're just crazy half-college grads yelling into a microphone. So, I don't know. Take them with a grain of salt, but seemed like a fun job before the 2000s. Anyway, love you guys. See you
Love
when
you
hit
too.
Fort Collins.
Appreciate you.
Thanks for. Yeah.
Got to do stuff.
My dad was
meet Darth Vader.
My dad goes. My dad saw Ted Nugent met Darth Vader. What'd your dad ever do? I love that one.
Oh my goodness.
Saying
Oh, that makes
saying
it
it
very
matter
happy.
of factly is what was great. But Darth Vader.
Yeah.
I can't tell if he
You
means
never
the-
guess who I ran into today. Hey Kyle, you never guess who I ran into
What'd
today.
you see?
Darth Vader.
Oh shit.
Darth Vader.
How's
Yeah.
he
It's
doing?
all right. He's all right. A better guy than people give him credit for. I gotta say.
His acting career didn't really go anywhere after the Star Wars movies.
No, but I mean, it's child actors. Dark world. I don't know.
Who else we got? I'm betting
So if you can be, I was shocked. That was all.
that was it. Why I tried to upload one about the celebrities and it didn't go, so I don't know why that happened. But hey, that's all right.
Maybe we can do a recap episode if people have celebrities.
More,
they
yeah.
wanna
We
talk
kind of
about.
waited. Yeah,
I mean, I just love talking about.
I kind of waited till the last second
Me
to
too.
post.
I forgot. Yeah, I didn't realize we're doing two today. Whatever, we fucked it up.
Yeah.
But I like the local celebs. I think this is just a fun.
Yeah, we can tag this back up. We can do it.
Yeah, I want to hear him call in. I want to hear about.
Yeah.
I want to hear who your guy was around your town, even if it's just like a cool guy. God,
Yeah.
I gotta say, so. Was it here where I was talking about the guy that came out of the gas station, like a creepy old guy with a keychain to like people fucking? Was I talking to you guys about that?
No.
No.
So
No,
I would
no.
I had my own version of like celebrities or guys that I would get excited about when I worked at the gas station who would come in. And there was this one dude who's just like a straight up, like quintessential swinger, creepy dude, middle-aged guy. He's like, hey man, check it out. And he had this keychain, and it's just a naked man and woman with cartoonishly large penis and boobs, but it was like articulated. So if you moved it, the penis would go into the woman, just like beep, 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 beep. And he's like, yeah, check it out, they're fucking. And I'm like, you're gross. I'm in Madison this weekend. The company, shout out to this Polpetta Grande, this pasta place. This guy came,
Okay.
I think it was with his mom or his aunt. And he's like, I got something to show you. And they had that keychain. And they said they were cleaning out somebody's stuff and they found it. And they brought it to show it to me. And I'm like, oh my God. It brought me so many flashbacks. They're like, hey, does this look familiar? And I'm like, I didn't realize I had told this story. I'm like, that's pretty gross. They're like, yeah, we know you talked about this. I'm like, fuck, that's the keychain. And it was awesome. And they gave me this shirt and they gave me some free pasta, polpetta out of Milwaukee. It's called something else, but this, I don't know, polpetta grande is what the shirt says. The other merch is upstairs with the pasta. But that was such a fun thing to see. And it was like,
if this is in Milwaukee, polpetta grande?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm there this weekend.
Okay, yeah, they were great, and but just as far as like local celebrity, like the guy, like the accounts of like, oh, this guy is the son of the guy who owns the heating and air conditioning place, and he was kind of cocky, and then he's like, oh man, you listen to music? Yeah, I used to be a shredder, and then I went over to his house, and he had a home studio and like all these Ibanez guitars, and was like a Steve Vai level shredder. And it's now just in line to take over his dad's siding company or whatever. He's like, yeah, man, I used to shred, dude. I was about the 80s, man. I'm like, all right, whatever, nerd. And then I went and hung out with him one day. I'm like, oh, you are. You really used to be like a long-haired Eddie Van Halen shredder. Now you're just putting Marlboro Lights on the company account.
You're fucking wild. You never run out of stories, Kinane.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Customer service. You just wind up shooting the shit and talking to weirdos. I loved it.
Yeah.
Because gas station, like, you don't have to be nice to the people that are getting gas. You just have to like give them their change.
Yeah, I get it.
Like, you're coming here because this is the cheapest gas, not because I'm smiling.
Is there any soup to be served today?
You know we've got some soup.
You know,
all right.
got. Speaking of local celebrities,
yeah, we created one
You know?
in our community of listeners. We are not celebrities in our communities, the host of our show.
People
but
are
Cody
excited about Cody's soup reviews. Cody, we're indebted to you. Some people are just putting up with our shit for 58 minutes.
Well, yeah. Well, tie your bib around your neck and open the spoon drawer, because here comes a nice heaping helping of soup.
Nice.
'Tis the soup man, and I have a statement to make. It has come to my knowledge that I have been lacking on recent reviews, forgetting to rate it, forgetting to show the place. I mean, for God's sake, I went to Zupa's on one. How pathetic. It should have been a local business.
Whatever.
Well, that will no longer happen. Also, I just want to say, you don't have to pay me to review soup. I must stay impartial. I cannot be taking money. I cannot. Simply cannot. It is my duty, nay, my honor as an American to review local businesses in my state.
Love of the
Which
game.
is what I shall do. Molly's in Provo.
Okay.
I don't know the exact address. It's like some 750 something Center Street.
We'll Google it.
Delicious place. It's open so that they can. It's open during lunch, like 11 to 3. Great stuff. They got a French pot roast. Knock your dick in the dirt. They also have a tomato basil that is delicious. It is. They add tomato soup. I don't like it. It tastes like metal. It tastes like a metal can, even if you have it fresh. I like tomato basil because they throw in some cream.
It's a bisque.
But this place, I mean, you can tell that it's fresh, like it's fresh tomatoes. They're boiling down tomatoes. They're making the tomatoes into soup. They're not just throwing a big industrial can into a pot. It's amazing. And it's really, everything there is handmade. It's delicious. I'm going to give it a solid, 7 out of 10. It's a good soup,
okay.
Throw a grilled cheese in there, bingo, bango, you got your soup.
Bingo.
Also, I listened to my last ones because I love myself and I have hubris. Tom Kha soup. I specifically got it from a place called Mekong Cafe. Go support them. They had one of their restaurants closed during the pandy. They got another one. It's Mekong Cafe 2, but now it's Mekong Cafe 1. Delicious soup. I recommend getting the pumpkin curry and vegetable fried rice. is delicious. Hot diggity. Thank you for wanting to pay for my soup, but I am a mildly successful construction worker. I'll be okie dokie. All right, KyleKinane.com, ShaneIsAComedian.com. You can catch him in Milwaukee coming up, and then you can catch him in other states. Kyle's going to be in Canada for a hot second. How's about that? All right, see you boys later.
I give that review a 10 out of 10, Cody.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
And I think you're impartial. Oh. You're not. I mean, you wouldn't be paid by a soup manufacturer. You're paid by the people that want to hear these reviews. We're just employing your taste buds. That's all that's happening
your
there.
Soupiness. Yeah. We'll buy him a nice bowl of chowder someday. I'm sure.
Something. I'm just.
He comes out to a show. When I gotta go, he's in Salt Lake.
Yeah,
so
we gotta get. We need a soup tour.
Yeah, we do need a soup tour.
The liquid diet tour, just soup and booze.
Oh, God. I've already been throwing up out of my ass all morning.
All right. Well, that's it's been 971-259-8302 if you want to call about Shane's ass problems.
Hey, we need a jingle for us. And we're doing local, like, for the, because we have a phone number, too. Yeah. So it's like a 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you got something to say on a controversial subject today, call 971-259-8302.
971-259-8302.
Kinane and Shane with Charlene's help will get you through, and then maybe stick around, have a bowl of soup. It's 971-259-8302.
971-259.
Oh, I like that. I like a little
302. You can sing. You legitimately can sing, Shane, and we are gonna unearth that. Rachel freaked out. You're an opera singer, or are you lying? Because I found out you lied about the Golden Gloves thing.
I said. I'm the world's.
No, I did. I worked with Sean Jordan this weekend. He's telling me about all your lies.
Oh, Sean's full of lies. That's not even his kid. That's like.
Give us one taste. Give us one taste of your trained voice right now.
Hold on. Fine.
Instead of all this.
I am the very model of a modern Major General. I have information, animal, vegetable, and mineral. I know the kings of England, and I quote the historical from Marathon to Waterloo and order categorical. Very well acquainted too with matters mathematical. Yeah. So.
Whoa. Is that a baritone? Are you a bass? What is the register?
I was a baritone, but probably a bass now. I think my voice is like just from years of drinking and smoking has gotten worse. But like, yeah. No, I studied vocal before. So like. People say it's opera singing, but it was just like vocal performance. I sang some opera pieces, but yeah, I wasn't like an opera singer.
You're like one of the tenors.
Yeah, I'm just like one of the Irish tenors.
Look at you.
Yeah.
I'm excited. This is great. Babe. Yeah, give me that. Sorry, I cut you off. I want it. Hit me with it.
I can't even remember how the melody of that was.
Solati.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
You can do it.
Yeah. Oh, eat shit, Connolly.
Why? That's a praise.
I can't believe I did it. I felt like I was lacking on the episodes we recorded today because I'm so hungover. So that's why the only reason I say.
You're always lacking. We never got any vocal warm-ups out of you.
Ow! I do a good job. 971-259-8302. We'd love to hear from you. Get some soup.